Holy cow, look, it's the champs! It's new stuff with the champs! We're gonna get to go back in time and hang out with our bro, the fuckable fish, and the Amazon goddess, and we're gonna be able to tell Rivali he still sucks. This is gonna be... It's just more shrines! Oh no, spoilers and opinions ahead. In the Champion's Ballad, you just fucking find more shrines! Damn it! Okay, so I was already hesitant of this DLC for two reasons. One, because it's Nintendo, and two, because it's Breath of the Shrines. If you didn't see Zelda with a side of salt, go check that out for my gripes with the base game. The main one, of course, being the lack of stuff to actually find. And so what does this DLC give us? Just more of the same. I do love Breath of the Wild. I've logged many an hour into this game, but god damn it, what is this DLC? It feels more like an afterthought, and it was basically presented as one. There was no trailer until the day it was released where they were just like, oh right, fuck, we said there was DLC coming out for the holidays, didn't we? To start off, you can't access the DLC until you take down all the beasts. So for me, who had my speedrun file that has minimum stats and my master mode file, which was more focused on shrine hunting instead of progressing the story, it was kind of a struggle to even get started. Once you do get started, you get a pretty neat shrine quest where you get this one-hit obliterator weapon that, as the name suggests, obliterates in one hit. The drawback is that you as well drop if so much as a light breeze nudges a rock into you. You run around the plateau again and clear out some camps, and you're rewarded with a shrine. You do this 4 times and you're thinking, oh yeah, what now? Lay it on me. Bam! Statue thingies. Okay, sure, what do we got there? Oh, locations on the map we've already been to, and what do we find there? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Alright, we cleared the location shrines, now we gotta get back to the beast. This is looking good. This is it. We're gonna go back in time and either play as the champs or hang out. Are you serious? So you run around a place you've been to find yet more shrines to head back to a dungeon you've cleared to fight a boss you've beaten with worse equipment. You couldn't even let us fight the boss as the champs? That is some grade A bullshit, Odesuyo. Hell, I will give it that the shrines are a bit bigger and feel more like mini dungeons than previous shrines, which made me kind of wish they took the 3 shrines for each platform and rolled them into one you could access there. It would have felt a lot better than running around doing mundane tasks again. But whatever, when you suffer through doing this 3 more times, you're rewarded with the good part of the DLC. You do get a brand new dungeon to crawl through, and it was great. It had 4 rooms with puzzles in them, and you got to essentially build the Divine Beast. And every time you clear a room, the mid-stage gets filled with more baddies, so you get a nice sense of progression. Plus, at the end... you get a real final boss, and it's just great. This fight not only had a jam-tastic theme, but it was just a blast, making more use of your equipment and abilities compared to Ganon. Plus, I am a sucker for same-size fights, even though the mofo shows off his growth finish. Afterwards, you're rewarded with the Master Cycle 0, which is pretty fun, but at this point in the game, you've basically done everything, so all it's really good for is collecting Korok seeds. Ultimately, the DLC was kind of a huge letdown. It was basically what I feared. We didn't really get to go anywhere new, there were no unique enemies outside of the final boss, and you don't even get to use the obliterator anywhere else once you finish the quest, so it's just kind of useless. Hell, I couldn't even get footage of that area because I couldn't go back to it because I had already beaten it. Cass just kind of felt shoehorned in because I'm sure Nintendo got the memo that everyone wants to fuck him. Like, why does he act so surprised at each pillar? Plus, with the few cutscenes you get after re-beating the boss, it just does the same issue that the base game does. It makes you wish you weren't in this timeline and you were back in the past fending off the calamity with your team. It doesn't fix the narrative at all, it just exacerbates its issues. I don't know if there's any more DLC ever coming to Breath of the Wild or not, but with this in the first batch, I doubt I'd even be excited if there was. But I guess if nothing else, Kid Sidon is pretty fucking cute.